G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So for today's video here, as you can see, we got the details for the upcoming TUR DFE, and it is going to be an Android 16. So big surprise, we all thought that Hellzone Piccolo was going to be coming. Turns out he's not, and we've got 16. So let's jump in and have a look at his kit. So straight off the bat, you can see Android's an uncontrollable power. Interesting. Okay, so Android's uncontrollable power, 3 key, 200% HP, 170, and then the extra 50 belongs to Android Cell Saga, Mission Execution, or Artificial Life Forms. Through Super Attack, we do have multi-turn raise. We'll get to that later anyway, I guess. So for links, Android Assault, Mechanical Menaces, ooh, Gentleman, Tough as Nails, Infinite Energy, Solid Support, and Fierce Battle. So for his passive, we do have an entrance animation. That is when there is another Android category ally on the team. Realistically, I don't think that's going to be all too difficult when you think about it. Yeah, one shouldn't be an issue considering I imagine we're probably going to get an easy A for the tech androids for this one. So with that, you get guards all attack and then all allies 16% attack and defense. Nice. That is a very, very good entrance animation. So start of turn, we've got 3 key to 60%, all allies 60% defense. Dang, that's very nice as well. Android or uncontrollable power category allies then also get an additional 60% attack. When attacking, so we've got two multiplicative buffs here. So we've got when attacking, we get 260%, and then when receiving an attack, we get the 160% as defense, so that's definitely nice. Ooh, and here we go. So as the first attacker in the turn, we've got 60% damage reduction, which you obviously combine with the guard. It's going to be a good combo. You get an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming super, so that's written exactly how we like it as well. That means that attack is guaranteed, which then opens up for the hidden potential, so that's definitely good as well. All allies 30% defense and an additional 30% attack for androids and uncontrollable power within the turn after receiving an attack. Dang, so he could be providing 90% attack and defense support. Like that is a lot of support. So as the second or third attacker, you get 160% defense and an additional super. And then as the third attacker, you get 160% attack and a guaranteed crit. Then there is one more part to his passive. So when there's an enemy whose name includes Goku or Cell starting from the fifth turn, you get 160% attack and 160% attack when attacking as the third attacker in the turn. So realistically, you either want to be running this guy in slot 1 or in slot 3. Slot 2 just doesn't really give you the juice that you'd want. So he does have an active skill, Hell's Flash, which is when there's a Goku or Cell enemy or starting from the fifth turn. Massively raises his attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and then cancels one action. Nice. Yep, we love to see that. Those cancels are very, very handy. Yeah, we definitely won't complain about that. We already went through the links there. And then teams, we've got Android's Uncontrollable Power, Android Cell Saga, Mission Execution, Artificial Life Forms, Target Goku, Saviors. So not a great deal to work with, to be honest. So for the super attack effects, we've got greatly raised attack and defense for 4 turns. So that's where those additional supers are going to have a big role to play. Yeah, obviously additionals on there are going to be pretty fire. And then, ooh, look at this. So for the unit super, we greatly raise attack and defense for 4 turns, cause immense, and then raise allies defense by 50% for 4 turns on top of the support that he already provides. That is huge. The fact that you're going to be likely using him in slot 1 as well, and to get that you just need a 17 or an 18 attacking the same turn. So depending on what easy A's we get, that may or may not be good. We do also have a banner unit Android 17 here, so I guess we'll jump in and see if he's going to be runnable. So leader skill, which doesn't really matter, but it's 3 key 130 to Worthy Rivals, Defender of Justice. Links, pretty standard. Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Infinite Energy, Patrol, Solid Support, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. So For his passive, we've got 3 key 170, 30% chance to dodge, 30% damage reduction, and he also has rainbow key spheres. Ooh, that's a good start. Android category allies 70% attack and defense as well. You combine that with the damage reduction and the guard from the 16. That sounds like a pretty deadly combo straight off the bat. Per Defender of Justice or Android category ally on the team, whichever has more, you can get an additional 10% damage reduction and dodge up to 40%. So you can max that out at a 70% damage reduction, 70% chance to dodge. Ooh, that is going to be pretty fire. When there is another Defenders of Justice or Androids category ally on the team, get 170% attack, launches a guaranteed additional super, gets a scouter when HP is 70% or more. Dang. Evades enemy attacks as the first attacker. So for the first turn that he is around, he has guaranteed dodge in slot 1. When attacking, he gets 170% attack, and then for every attack received or evaded, he gets 50% attack up to 200, and crit 20%. So 5 dodges, and you've got the crit fully built up, 4 dodges for the attack. Wow, he looks like he has a lot of kit. He's got support, he's got dodge, he's got damage reduction. Definitely what I like to see in a support, like my support class units, my banner units. We already looked at the links, but for the teams, we've got Worthy Rivals, Defenders of Justice, Universal Survival Saga, Androids, Sibling Bonds, Battle of Wits, Superheroes. Just because his support is locked to Androids, I'm thinking that this new 16's team is realistically just where you're going to be running this guy. A super attack effect, you can see greatly raised attack and defense, and then wow, allies attack and defense by 17% for 2 turns. So we're getting 2 units that provide support for 2 turns. Wow, that's going to be very powerful. If we get a lot of, I say a lot, if we get a few easy A's for the Android team, that could definitely be an interesting team. Yeah, I'm not sure what they will look to do in terms of Part 2 LRs. Is that we're going to get Piccolo potentially? As I said before, I think the tech androids are a definite easy A, but it'll be interesting to see what else we get, because that's going to be a lot of support for an androids team, and if we get units that have got dodge, that have got damage reduction, that support will be really, really impactful. So personally, I will be skipping. This is stone saving season, so pretty handy that they have actually given us a pretty, even though the units do look like they're going to be absolutely insane, they're not going to be necessary for a lot of the common teams that you're going to be running. So either way, let me know your thoughts on them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.